Thank you everyone for giving me the opportunity to present my work. This is MD Rafi Islam, graduate student of Arkansas State University. Today I'm going to give a presentation on my poster titled Site HVAC Ground Motion Response Analysis for Northeast Arkansas. This is the overall view of my poster presentation. And in the next slide, I'll talk about the introduction, as well as the research methodology, as well as the results, as well as the conclusion. Northeast Arkansas lies within the Mississippi environment, and it has a depression of soil over the bedrock ranging from 200 meter to 1000 meter. Besides, this zone also lies within the country's major seismic zone called Pneumatic Seismic Zone. The zone has experienced a major earthquake greater than 7.0 magnitude in the year to 1811 to 1812, and it caused devastation to the human being, infrastructure, wildlife as well. So it has a potential to produce larger magnitude earthquake in the future. Code-based design approach as an American Association of State High Official doesn't account for the division of soil over the bedrock while providing the design guidelines for the bridge design. As a result, structure with short period spectral acceleration are overestimated as significant cost, and structure with long period spectral acceleration are underestimated as significant risk. Recently, several new bills have been proposed by Arkansas Department of Transportation for the new highways as well as the existing highways. So due to the active nearby fault line and higher seismic design force, future investment for bridge repair and construction are critical issues. The main purpose of this study is to perform site-specific ground motion response analysis for Northeast Arkansas and predict seismic coefficients such as peak ground acceleration, short period spectral acceleration, and long period spectral acceleration, and also evaluate the usefulness of performing site-specific ground motion response analysis over code-based design approach such as ASTO while there is a deep zone of soil over the bedrock. At the end of the study, it has been found that the short period spectral acceleration are attenuated and long period spectral acceleration are amplified. This is the research flow diagram of the study. This includes the routine geological properties data such as plasticity index, overconstruction ratio, unit of soil, internal angle of friction, and shear of velocity profile data. This data will be required to develop a soil profile in Deep Soil 7.0, which is a one-dimensional site erosion analysis platform capable of performing both equivalent linear analysis and non-linear analysis, and then developing uniform hazard spectrum by using USGS online-based tool called uniform hazard tool. This is our target ground motion, then collection of time histories from United States Nuclear Regulatory Commission database, then selection of appropriate ground motion for the selected site location as per the guidelines, and then process the selected ground motion using Seismometrics 2020 software, and then finally matching the ground motion with the target spectrum as per ASTO LRT division guidelines by using Seismometrics 2020 software. This matched ground motion have been used as an input ground motion in Deep Soil 7.0, then perform both equivalent linear analysis and non-linear analysis, and then predict site amplification and de-amplification based upon the result obtained from the equivalent linear analysis and non-linear analysis, then develop delineated design response spectrum from the predicted seismic amplification, de-amplification, and predict site coefficients such as peak ground acceleration, spectral, long period spectral acceleration, short period spectral acceleration, and other spectral ordinates. This is the delineated design response spectrum. The top figure shows the delineated design response spectrum for Bay site location. This is one of the bridge site location in Arkansas, and bottom one represent the delineated design response spectrum of Marty site location. This is another bridge site location in Arkansas. From this top figure, we can see that delineated design response spectrum of Bay showed 33% lower spectral acceleration for a period up to 0.5 second, and 0.5 second to 0.65 second. It stay between two-thirds of astrocyte class D as and regular astrocyte class D design response spectrum, and then it again exceeds the design response spectrum of site class D. Then near to the 2 second, it again stay between two-thirds of astrocyte class D and astrocyte class D design response spectrum, and it continue up to 3 seconds. Then after the time period, it exceeds the design response spectrum of site class D. And the bottom, the design response spectrum of Marty showed lower responses, about 33%, than that of Astro 1, about 0.375 second, and then 0.375 to 0.6 second. It stayed between astrocyte class D and two-thirds of astrocyte class D. Then after the time period, it exceeds the design response spectrum of astrocyte class D. And near to the 3 second, it again stay between 2/3 of astrocyte class D and regular astrocyte class D, and it continue up to 3.5 seconds. After that time period, it exceed the design response spectrum of astrocyte class D. Conclusion. From at the end of the study, it can be concluded that the peak ground acceleration predicted from the short SSGM RA are way less than 33% than that of Astro recommended 1, and short phase spectral extension were found to be 33% less than that of Astro recommended 1, and long phase spectral extension were found to be more than that of Astro recommended 1. Depth of soil deposition over the bedrock, upper 30 meter share of velocity profile, variation in share of velocity profile, and types of ground motion played a vital role in the prediction of seismic site coefficient, and the study strengthened the demand for performing site-specific ground motion resource analysis over code-based design approaches such as ASTO, while there is a depletion of soil in the bedrock.